I listened to Varg's AI album so you don't have to. And it may have just costed him his fan base. If you don't know me, hello, my name is Dimitri and welcome to my channel. And today I want to talk about Varg Vikernes' new AI album. And it's just as bad as you think. Yes, he created an entire album only using AI. So nothing on this album is original and made by him. This whole album is basically a prompt that he created. So if you somehow don't know who I'm talking about, I am talking about Varg Vikernes, one of the most infamous figures in black metal. He is the man behind the musical project Burzum. And he is just known for a huge list of controversies. And I guess, boys and girls, today we are adding one to the list because his fans are not happy. So basically, one sunshiny day in October, Varg Vikernes uploads a video on his TikTok account where he talks about the new release of his AI album. And the project name that he released this album under is called Hyperborea Rising. And the name of the album is Reconquest. And in this TikTok video, he essentially states that this album was made as an experiment and that he created it as background music for the tabletop game that he created, which is also called Reconquest. He said that he used the AI software Suno and he released it on October 18th of this year. Now, he was very clear about keeping this project completely separate from Burzum, which, thank God. I can't imagine having an AI Burzum album in 2025, but maybe that will be on next year's bingo sheet. But yes, he created this completely AI generated album. There is no ounce of Varg's talent sprinkled into this whatsoever. It's all a prompt. It's all not real. And it's as generic as you would think it sounds. It basically features 12 tracks, and the tracks are very ambient, fantasy, very much like Ren Fair music. Like, it's giving D&D vibes, it's giving Lord of the Rings, but everything about it is just like, there's nothing special about it. There's no spark. It's all just dead AI slop. I would have loved to play a clip for you all, however, I would risk getting copyright striked. Yeah, he copyrighted this AI album. This AI album that took no talent. This AI album that was not created by Varg. It was created by a computer. He copyrighted it, so I can't use it in this video. And guess what, boys and girls? If I did want to use it in this video, I would have to buy a license for the song, which costs $10 per song. So yes, I guess technically he owns it, and I guess that's his right to do, but it's AI. You didn't make it. Regardless, he's still making money off of this album that took no talent to create. He basically found a fair use image of a painting, slapped Reconquest on there, and uploaded it, and now he wants $10 for a license for me to be able to use it in my video, which I am not gonna do. And I just think it's kind of ridiculous to copyright AI generated music. Like regular Burzum, a song you actually created, a song that you came up with in your mind, yeah, copyright it. Go for it. You created that. But this is slop. This was generated by a computer. So it's just kind of racking my brain. The concept of copyrighting AI. But yes, this album is very generic. It's just basically a bunch of songs that feature chorus, flutes, guitar, string instruments, just very generic fantasy music. And to the older generations like boomers and Gen X, this may not seem like a huge deal. It's just whatever. It's AI, it's fun. But millennials and Gen Z feel much differently about it. As the younger generations know the harms that the internet can do and the harms that AI can cause. So the younger generations are very much against this. And within the past year or so, Varg Vikernes has become very popular on TikTok. which has caused him to gain a very young audience. I'd say teenager to young adult age. He's hip with the kids. The kids love him. They think he's cool, he's edgy, he's this and that, and he's Mr. Burzum Man. Oh my god, he killed Geronimo. But now that same exact fan base that he has brought up over on TikTok is now turning their back on him, all because of this AI album. Yeah, the response under this TikTok video was not good. And before we get into the responses from the fans, I do want to cover that this whole AI album thing came from a man who said that performing live is for posers. He said that. That is something that he has said. And so many fans find it contradictory that he is so defensive of AI and is a huge supporter of AI, but says that performing live is for posers. And this is also coming from a man who is very traditional, he's very pagan, and he is someone who believes that we should return to our roots. And he lives on a farm out in the middle of nowhere in France, and he's just very woodsy, very like you get what I mean. Like, he's just very traditional. So it's kind of funny that someone who thinks that we should go back to our roots is so supportive of AI. It's kind of just hilarious. Like, a man who hates technology and hates society and believes that we should all live on farms and basically become primitive. He is using AI, and fans have pointed this out about him. And there are many fans saying that this is the most controversial thing that he's done. And if you're not aware of the other things Varg has done, he killed his ex-bandmate back in the 90s, literally stabbed him multiple times. It was not self-defense. No matter how many times the Varg fanboys want to tell you it's self-defense, stabbing someone 23 or 27 times, that's not self-defense anymore. He's also a very well-known white supremacist neo-Nazi. So his younger fans saying that this is the most controversial thing that he's done, probably half joking, but that still means a lot because everyone looked past those other two things I just mentioned and oftentimes would praise him for that. They love his controversies, but AI, making an AI album, that's where you cross the line with these people. And I also just think that that is so outlandish and ridiculous. Like, what do you mean? You cross the line at AI, but you don't cross the line at murder and white supremacy? It's kind of ridiculous. But these people are serious about this. And there's a lot of people saying that this is really sad and that they're bummed out that he's doing this and saying that they're disappointed in him. And there's a lot of people arguing that he's too talented to do this. Like, he has a very successful project, Burzum, which he basically lives off of and everyone loves, and it's such a well-known band, and he's basically like self-made, and he did all of those albums by himself, and he has like a dozen albums. So like, he's capable of making music. And yes, understandably, this is an experiment in his words, but the thing is, people who make AI music aren't musicians and they don't know how to write songs. That's why they rely on AI. So it's just really confusing to see someone who is talented and does have skill turn around on his own craft to make AI slop and to profit off of it. Yes, I guess it costs less time, money, and energy to do, at least for him, but it's a huge cop-out. And it makes your fans look at you differently. And it's honestly caused people to lose credibility in him. Yes, maybe not the older generations, but definitely the younger generations on TikTok. They don't respect him as much now just because of this. Which leads us into the ethics around AI music and why it's not good to replace actual handcrafted songs and albums with AI slop. So a huge fear for many people, especially people in the creative realm, a huge fear is that AI is going to replace us. AI could replace me. AI could replace Varg. AI could replace you. Anything artistic that you do could be replaced by AI, and that's very scary. And the industry for creating, whether it be art, music, literature, anything in that realm, may be replaced. But we don't want to replace those things. We want AI to replace things that are actually tedious and no one wants to do, like taxes. We want AI to do the hard work, not the fun, creative work that takes skill and practice and mastery. So when you're an artist of any kind who has spent hours, so much time and energy of your life pouring your energy into your craft, it's a huge stab to the back when AI just comes around and replaces it in a minute. And some people argue that people who are not musicians and just put AI into a prompt just so they can make money off of that, people argue that that is stealing actual real royalties and revenue from actual artists, and it's stealing from the revenue pool. And it's so easy for this AI slop to be mass produced and mass consumed, but it's all soulless. This album, Reconquest, is soulless. And also, every track on this album sounds identical. They all sound the same. They're all just weird, different variations of one another, but they all sound identical. There's nothing special about a single track on this album. It's slop. And yes, whatever, if he created it for background music, it's not supposed to be particularly exciting, but he's still making money off of it. He's making money off of a bullshit AI slop album that has no soul, no talent, and he's asking me $10 fucking to buy a license to have it in my video. And it's just stupid. And another reason why so many people have issues with AI is because it is slowly killing the planet, and it's just contributing to global warming and all of these horrible things that are affecting our planet and our environment. But of course, a lot of boomers and Gen X don't really care about that anyway. They're not going to be around for much longer, and I want to create a fun little AI. Let me make a little AI picture. So if you don't know, AI uses an absurd amount of water. To generate one AI prompt consumes so much water, and it also consumes a bunch of energy. One ChatGPT prompt requires 10 times more energy than a Google search. And AI also uses fossil fuels. And Google's greenhouse gas emissions have rose by 50% just within the past 5 years due to these AI prompts. So it's not particularly harmless. Like, this is impacting the environment. So whatever your views are on AI, I don't want to tell you what to believe in. You can come up with your own conclusions and how you feel about AI, but I mostly just wanted to point out how absurd an AI album is. And it's nothing special. It sucks. This album sucks. It sounds like it was made by AI. Like, there is no part of Varg in this at all. And his fans are turning on him. They don't like it. They're disappointed in him. They think that this is means for cancellation for Varg Vikernes. But regardless of how you feel about it, I hope this doesn't go much further. But even though every conversation surrounding AI is typically very gloomy, I did want to share something on the brighter side at least. And I am paraphrasing from another creator on TikTok whose opinion I found very enlightening. But basically, this woman on TikTok was explaining that she doesn't think that AI is going to completely consume our world because the younger generations are not cool with it. And inevitably, we are the future. And if we hate AI, I'm sure we're not going to let it progress very far into our future. Or at least we aren't. You know, boomers and Gen X are going to do whatever to make $1 billion. But eventually, people are going to start craving things made by real humans. Things that have soul. Things that have talent. Things that have a craft. Like, it's just going to get to the point where there is so much AI generated content that we are going to crave humanness. So we may or may not see a surge in this sort of AI slop, especially within music, unfortunately. But I don't think that should discourage anyone to learn a craft or to learn an instrument, because eventually humans are gonna want to crave human things. Keep writing, keep making art, keep learning your craft, keep learning your talent. I hope we're not gonna be replaced by this garbage, but it is still sad to see. But it's interesting. Who knows if Varg is going to create any more AI slop. Hopefully this doesn't become a trend within other bands and other musicians, but to see this from someone who has such a huge impact on the scene is very interesting. People did not let it slide, so hopefully he won't do it again. And listen to it if you must, but if you don't want to support Varg or support AI, you're not missing out on much. It's garbage. And I still can't fathom the fact that he copyrighted it and is making money off of it. But anyway, that's enough of me complaining. I hope you guys enjoyed today's discussion. Let me know how you feel down below about AI and AI music. I would love to hear your opinion, especially about this Varg album. And if you liked today's video, I would appreciate it if you liked and subscribed to my channel. And I just wanted to give a huge shout out to everyone who has been supporting me. And I just want to let everyone know that I severely appreciate you and everyone who is a part of Chambergraves Nation. You guys are awesome, and I'll see you in the next video.
Bye!